Bonjour. Did you know that the new verb Chile made it into the French dictionary? And so did many other words. In today's video, we're looking at 10 new words that made it into the French dictionary. As you know, languages are in a state of constant evolution. Words come and go, and every year in French, we get a list of new words added. So, I thought I would share some of the most interesting ones with you. In order to make it to the dictionary, a word needs to be used frequently enough and for a certain amount of time. But if it's only used for 2 months and then disappears, then it's a no. You also have to be able to find it in different settings, like in literature, newspapers, spoken, conversation, or on social media, for example. All right, so let's dive in. This first one is quite obviously an Anglicism, and there will be quite a few in there as per usual every year, so don't be surprised. This is the word Chile, or the verb, should I say, Chile. This verb is quite informal. As you can see, we've taken the English verb to chill and added ER to make it sound more French. It is something you will see quite a lot with verbs taken from other languages. We tend to add ER and conjugate as normal, maybe because it's the easiest group. So you might hear stuff like googler or googliser. Now, for Chile, Le Petit Robert, the dictionary, Le Petit Robert, tells us it means prendre du bon temps à ne rien faire, or very literally, having a good time doing nothing. For example, you would find it like this. Hier soir, j'ai chillé devant un bon film. Yesterday, I chilled in front of a good movie. J'ai chillé. Numéro 2. Talking about words taken from another language, you have un go. Extremely informal and familier. This word can be used in multiple ways in French. Usually taken from the English, you can hear it when talking about a race, like 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go. Or you can see it as a permission to do something. For example, la patronne a dit go pour le nouveau projet. The boss said go to the new project. For example, it is also used as a noun, un go. Again, this word is used mainly in spoken language, and it means either a young woman or a girlfriend, depending on context. In a context, it looks like this. J'ai été au ciné avec ma go l'autre jour. I went to the cinema with my girlfriend, my go, the other day. Numéro 3. I have chosen covidé. Qui est atteint du Covid? Someone who has COVID. You can use it as an adjective or a noun. For example, toute ma famille est covidée. The whole of my family has COVID, here as an adjective. Tous ces patients sont décovidés, here as a noun. All these patients are COVID patients. So, tous ces patients sont décovidés. In the last few years, like everywhere else in the world, you'll find that a plethora of COVID words has been added to the dictionary. Like, for example, the word déconfinement, added in 2021. Déconfinement talks about the end of the lockdown or a lockdown. I hope you are learning some useful new French vocabulary here. But if you want a regular vocabulary list from me, why don't you have a look at joining my membership on YouTube, where you get every week new words and new quizzes based on vocabulary. Just click the join button below. Numéro 4. Next one is in the same vein. Rassuriste. De Larousse dictionary tells us it is a pejorative word to talk about scientists who are consistently reassuring people about the progress of the COVID-19 epidemic. In other words, people telling you it's not that bad when it is that bad. For example, ces scientifiques sont des rassuristes. So these scientists are reassurists. Okay, moving on to number 5, Instagrammeur ou Instagrammeuse. Instagrammeur ou Instagrammeuse. A person who conducts business by posting photos and videos on their Instagram account. Well, I guess je suis Instagrammeuse. And yes, we already have YouTuber or YouTubers in the French dictionary. So I'm both actually. Je suis Instagrammeuse et YouTubeuse. Numéro 6, Genos. Now, Genos would be the equivalent of cringe or cringy. This one is interesting because we already had a word gêne, which is annoying. But you know how it is. Languages are in constant motion. So thanks to the new generations, Genos was born. You would use it like this. Tu as vu ses chaussures? La gênance. Have you seen his shoes? Cringe. Numéro 7, le wokisme. This one is certainly inspired by English and can sometimes be used in a negative way. But Le Petit Robert, the dictionary, tells us it is a current of thought of American origin that denounces injustice and discrimination. Movement, woke thinking. Numéro 8, yell. So this one is very important. So as you know, French does not have a neutral gender. So this word is a mix between il, he, and elle, she. It is the equivalent of they in English to avoid referring to genders. So, for example, you would say elle a été au cinéma hier. They have been to the cinema yesterday. Of course, this pronoun is tricky in French as you would need to use an adjective which is equally as non-gendered. For example, instead of saying amusant or amusante, then you would use the adjective drôle. Of course, drôle is a good solution for a non-gender subject because it has an E already and it doesn't change whether you're using it with a masculine or a feminine. So it makes it the perfect non-gender adjective. Numéro 9, éco-anxiété entered our dictionary this year. And just like in English, it refers to the anxiety people feel about climate change. For example, les jeunes et les moins jeunes sont touchés par l'éco-anxiété. Young and old people alike are affected by eco-anxiety. And to finish, Kylian Mbappé. Notre kiki national rentre enfin dans le dictionnaire. As he should, to be honest. He's done more than enough for French football to be forever remembered in our dictionaries of famous people. Go Kylian. So, do you think you'll use any of these words in your daily French speaking? Let me know which is your favorite word in the comments below and if you think anything else should be added. If you want to learn some other French phrases that aren't new ones but will definitely improve your French speaking, then click here. Au revoir. À bientôt. Bisous bisous. Salut.